Everyone. Thanks for joining us. Paul Chapman here with Ed Willis. We'll recover the pre-interview that we just did, Ed, because it was so good. You spoke to Mike Reilly today. We haven't touched on the BC Lions very much, but you got these guys who probably were looking at this sort of in wonderment a couple of weeks ago, going, "Man, this really sucks for hockey and basketball. Can't wait to get to training camp." And now that's all changed for them.
Oh yeah, and then I remember the date. We were sitting. So like basically, it's March 12th is still kind of the starting point for me. That's the day we found out about Rudy Gobert, and they shut down the NBA season, and they shut down MLB and NHL and Major League Soccer after that. So at that point, boy, the middle of May seemed like eons into the future, and we got to be up and running by then. Well, again, there are no certain answer. There is no timeline, and I know people want some definition, but it just doesn't exist. I mean, to me, it's kind of like hockey. If the CFL is playing in August or September, that would be a big win for them. I'm just not sure if I see it happening. So, they always used to say, or they've always say, the CFL season starts after Labor Day. This might, this might be, it might be literally in this case.
Yeah. What did he tell you about how he's preparing for the season? Because these guys stay in shape year round, but
sure, yeah. So we touched on a couple of things, and one was his preparation and wanting to make amends for a dreadful Lions season last year that he feels responsible for, and things like that. But I was also really interested in what the scene's like in Seattle, which is really like when it was one of the first cities to be hit. And he lives in the Queen Anne neighborhood, which is about 10 minutes from downtown Seattle. So, he's kind of like right there at ground zero. And downtown Seattle is a ghost town. Queen Anne is this fashionable neighborhood with all these, neat little restaurants and bars and shops and bistros. And it's shut right down now, too. So, I was curious to hear him describe his neighborhood. But this is also good. He had just started weight training for the season. I guess, he kind of goes through this very regimented schedule, and you're just starting the kind of intense weight training program. Well, they've shut down, the gyms have been shut down in Seattle for the better part of a month now. But Mike was renovating his house, so the contractors left behind these 80-pound bags of dried cement, and those are his weights. He puts them on his back and goes up and down the stairs. And I think this is the second time I've tried this joke, Paul, but I just had this image of Rocky IV, where Rocky's preparing to fight Ivan Drago, and he's training in the Ural Mountains with all this homemade equipment.
Running through waist-high snow, I remember that. I also, though,
and the horse carriage, and yeah, it's great.